Well, hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. You are here to learn a little bit about math. We're going to do a fun digital escape room. We're going to be using OneNote. We got a fun hour planned for you. My name is Michelle Armstrong. I'm one of the co-founders at the Cobblestone Collective, and I have an awesome team here with me today that is going to do some mathy fun stuff. First off, why don't we talk to Coulter. Hey, Coulter.
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Coulter Lewis, and I am calling in from Toronto, Ontario this morning. I'm so excited to be here. I'll be sort of in the background helping everyone through some of the questions you might have. We're going to post a link in just a second for you to ask any questions you might have about today's workshop or just to share some information about you. So we'd love to give some shout outs. We'd love to interact with you. So use that link in just a second and start talking to us, start chatting with us. Looking forward to working with you today.
Awesome. Coulter, thanks so much. As Coulter mentioned, he'll probably be in the background. I will likely also be a voice in the background, but the lady that you're going to hear most from, the amazing Miss Sandra Chow. Come on out, tell us a little bit about you, Sandra.
Hi kids, so my name is Sandra Chow. I'm actually from Toronto, but right now I am in Beijing and it is 9:34 p.m. in Beijing. So it's a little bit later than you and I've already spent my whole Monday. It actually happened to be my daughter's birthday. So we actually did some fun things and it's a holiday today. It's called 端午节. And Dragon Boat Festival. So we also had a holiday today. So really glad to be with you today.
Oh my goodness, Sandra, that's amazing. And happy birthday to your daughter. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, as Sandra mentioned, she's coming to us all the way from Beijing, which is so exciting. Thank you, Sandra. Students, okay, let's figure out how you're going to be able to communicate with us, because as you see, we're coming at you through a Teams Live. You can see us, we can't see you, and we're going to save the Q&A for your teachers. So teachers, if you do have some questions, by all means, you can use that Q&A. But students, if you want to talk to us, here is a form link that you're going to open up in a new tab, so you're going to be able to communicate with us. So I think Coulter's going to put that link in the chat for you, the cc.page. Click on that link or type in that link. And the first question for you is, what grade are you in? So go ahead and put your name in there. Go ahead and put what grade you're in. And that link again, Coulter has put it in the stream. Of course, I'm trying to find it to make sure I can see it. I'm going to say it out loud in case you're just listening. So the cc.page/escape06. So go ahead and type that into a new tab. That's how you're going to be able to communicate with us throughout the next hour. So the cc.page/escape06. Tell us what's your name and what grade are you in. And if you want to put in a happy birthday to Sandra's daughter, you can do that too. All right, Coulter, do we have anything coming into that form so far?
Yeah, we do. It's loading pretty quick here. We have Rianne and Pajan and Ryan and Eve and Andrew all calling in from grade 6 this morning. Andrea and Sirin and Nina from grade 4s and 5s. So we have a great little group, and it's loading so fast for me right now. So I've got to just slow it down here. And if I pronounce your name incorrectly today, I apologize. I don't mean anything by it. You can also, if I do it a couple of times, feel free to just tell me how to pronounce it phonetically in the form when you send it through. That always helps. But thank you, Elliot, with Mrs. Sparkle's class joining us today in grade 6, and Hareem and Miss Mueller's class. Awesome. That's great. Thanks for joining us.
So many students are here with us today. This is so great. Mostly, I think we've got mostly grades 4, 5s, and 6s. There are a couple grade 7s in here, so welcome if you're in grade 7, a couple grade 3s as well, but mostly 4, 5s, and 6s. So Emma is here, Isabella is here, Alyssa's in grade 6, Gigi is in grade 6, Emily grade 6, Aaron grade 5, Carter grade 3. Wow, so many people here. All right. Keep that form link handy. You're going to use that. Sandra's going to be asking you some questions all throughout the next hour. But with that, I'm going to turn things over to Sandra, and she is going to tell us about her math digital escape room. Take it away, Sandra.
Okay, but before I start, I saw some questions and some happy birthday. So one question was, do you eat chicken nuggets? I totally do. And in fact, there's McDonald's here, and the McDonald's here has, I have to say, even fresher chicken nuggets. So they always come out piping hot. So yes, today we're going to be doing a special little math activity. I see there's quite a range of you, some in grade 4, some in grade 5, some in grade 6, and some in grade 7. So for those, oh, and even a grade 3, some grade 3s, if you find it a little bit more challenging, don't fret. Because you'll have the whole hour to do this puzzle, and it's going to be really fun and exciting. For those who finish early, there's a chance for you to learn more about the places. So because I come from Beijing right now, I thought it'd be really fun for you to have some exploration about the various countries around the world. I like traveling a lot with my family, and we moved to Beijing 3 years ago, so that my kids would have an opportunity to see the world a little bit more. But unfortunately, things are a little bit harder to travel right now, and I really wanted you guys to have some opportunity to travel around the world. So this math adventure puzzle is about traveling the world. So you're going to go to some different parts of the world in this math puzzle. And the first one that you're going to go to, so do you see my screen? It says welcome. And in every screen, there's also an audio. So if you click on that audio, you'll be able to hear it. But it's a puzzling math adventure around the world. I'm just going to read the opening welcome page so that you're all on board with me. So it says travel is a bit challenging right now, but today you're going to have the opportunity to visit different parts of the world. To unlock each adventure, you'll need to answer a few math puzzles. Once you figure out the puzzle, submit the answer to unlock the next adventure. Are you ready? Let's start off with something a little simpler. So click on puzzle 1. So where is puzzle 1? Do you guys see it on the screen? It's got a puzzle icon. So if you said right here, puzzle number 1, you're correct. So if you click on this, it will open up. It might take some time to load because there's some pictures. So take your time. There's no rush. There's only 5 puzzles, so it's not too challenging. But each puzzle will give you an answer. So you're gonna, our first location is going into London, England, to Stonehenge. And there's a picture over here with a question. So every puzzle has a description of where you're going into. So here you'll see the description. There's usually a picture to show you a little bit about it. And then the puzzle is usually on the rectangular square in turquoise. So you'll see the questions right here. On the left is the original formation of Stonehenge. How many sarsen stones make up the outer circle? Now, I don't want to give it too much away because part of the puzzle is you have to learn to read or look into things, but I'm going to show you a few things. If you find it's a little bit tiny, you can try to pinch a little bit and make it slightly bigger like that and read it so that you can make it a little bit bigger. And every puzzle has a hint, so use the hint to help you. In addition, I'm not sure if this link will work, so if it doesn't, you should be able to see puzzle 2 on the left somewhere. Do you guys see puzzle 2? I think you do. It's a yellow tab right here. But when you click on it, it's going to say it's password protected. You can't enter it. can't go in. You actually have to click here or press enter to unlock it. And the password is the answer that you have to figure out. Now, because this is a math puzzle, most of the answers are numbers, but there are a few that are not numbers, maybe 1 or 2. You do not need to put any capitals, okay? So you can just keep them all lowercase for those ones that are not numbers. And if it's a number, you just type it in, no spaces, okay? Just type in the numbers. So this is puzzle 1. And then right after puzzle 1, if you want to find out more about Stonehenge, there is a little bit of a page called Learn More, so that you can go to visit more and watch a little video about Stonehenge. It's not a race, so you do not have to race to the finish line. If you really are interested about Stonehenge, you can do the puzzle and then watch the videos, or you can say, I want to do all the puzzles and then come back and learn more, and that's okay too. Okay, so you learn how you want to. It's not a race. If you finish faster than everyone else, you will still get the same badge and prize as everyone else. So at the finish line, there is a badge for you that you can download to show that you have been a math adventurer, but it will not unlock unless you have finished all the puzzles. If the class is over today and you have not unlocked it, that's okay. You can still go through it and maybe work through it with your mom and dad. Okay, there is a tab here that says teachers only. I'm going to be working with the teachers later today, tomorrow, to work with the teachers on that. So kids, you don't need to worry about it, okay? But I wanted to keep it here for the teachers so that they can access it later. So are people ready?
I think people are ready, Sandra. I bet you some people have even jumped in already. Coulter has posted the link for us. So students, if you didn't see the link that Coulter posted, there it is. If you're working on your own machine, you can click on that link. It'll open up for you. But those of you, maybe you're watching this with your teacher, you can type this link, one more tab, go ahead into a new tab, and it's thecc.page/math adventure, and that's going to get you into that OneNote that Sandra was showing there on the screen. Start off with that puzzle 1 and explore the world and do some math. We're going to be quiet here on our side. I'm going to be going through the puzzles myself too. Every once in a while, we're going to check in with you and see where you're at. But right now, it's time for you. Go ahead and start those puzzles. Have fun.
Bon voyage. I'm seeing some people getting the right answer for the first question. So that's really exciting. For those who can't get into puzzle 2 yet, don't worry. Just take your time.
And Sandra, we do have some maybe questioning, okay, I've got the answer, but where do I put the answer? Can you just on your screen just show, so students, if you're having trouble knowing, okay, what do I do once I get the answer? You're going to just go and click on puzzle 2. So Sandra's doing that on her screen right now. So she's gone through, she's figured out the answer. We're not going to give it away, but then she clicks on puzzle 2 and then it's password protected. So she then, if you click on that, Sandra, or press enter?
Both work.
Okay, perfect. Either click or press enter. That's where the box comes up where you're going to put your answer from puzzle number 1.
And yes, it only unlocks the next puzzle if the password is correct. If you can't click on the puzzle 2 link, don't worry. Just look on the sidebar. There's a yellow tab that says puzzle 2. Just click on that. And then for those who are stuck on puzzle number 2, you're estimating. So you don't need to count like you did for the first one. You might need to do some arithmetic. Think array.
And students, if you put in your password that you think is the right answer, and if it doesn't work, that must mean your answer is not right. So go back and look at the puzzle again.
Also, don't forget you can zoom in and zoom out on the picture. So if you need to zoom in a little bit to see the picture a little bit more clearly, that might help you. But for those stuck in question number 2, just look at the hint and then think about an array or multiples.
Oh, and I see one more issue that seems to be coming up. If you're getting a message at the top and it just says, this is read only, and it's just the spinny wheel and it doesn't seem to load, just refresh the page, because that just happened to me as well. And I just refreshed and boom, it worked. So if it seems to still be just loading, 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 just try refresh. That should hopefully fix it.
Okay, I see a lot of people getting question 2 correct, but for those who are stuck, I'm going to give you another hint. So you have to think in multiples. So you're just estimating, you don't need to count. So you don't have to count every tuna fish. So think of how many are in the front row, and then how many rows there are will give you a good estimate. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a demo. I'm going to type in a password. So that opens up my puzzle 2. And it takes a little bit of time to load. And here's question 2. So you have to count. Use the first row to help with your estimate. And then if you can't see clearly, this is where you zoom in and count how many rows there are. And then you have to do some multiplication, okay? I think that's a hint I'll give. And then if you're stuck, you can always maybe reach out to your teacher and they might be able to give you a little bit more of a hint. Okay?
And this is so great, and students, just stick with it. You got this. Sandra, some students I think might still be a little bit stuck on puzzle 1. If you're stuck on puzzle 1, come on back to the screen and take a look at Sandra. We'll maybe see if Sandra can give us another hint for puzzle 1 if you're stuck on puzzle 1.
Okay, and I'm going to refresh as well, because so if you're on puzzle 1, I would find a spot, and there you go. So if you're in puzzle 1, I would find a spot on the sarsen. So the sarsens are these little stones around Stonehenge. Oops. There we go. It's just loading a little bit slow. But the saracens are the stones around Stonehenge. So you just need to count these red sarsen stones. And it is a lot of counting. So here's a hint that I suggested. Count in multiples. Multiples might be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or maybe you want to count by fives. But I use this point to help me keep track of where I started, and then just count it 2, 4, 6, and then go all around. And it's just the ones around the outer circle. Okay. For those who are in puzzle 3 already, so again, I'm going to type in the password. Those who are in puzzle 3, the hint is you have to use your knowledge of volume. So you have to think about, what's volume? What shape is this? And it's okay if you need to do some Googling as well. Make sure you're using the right formula.
I love this. So many students, they're asking. So Haley, please give us a hint for puzzle 3. Sienna's stuck on puzzle 3. Sanaya is stuck on puzzle 3. And Sanaya, you're in grade 3, so it must be challenging for you too. But students, one of the hardest things for us to do is to not give too many hints. If we give too many hints, it doesn't allow you the chance to try to figure it out. So do your best. Maybe if you're not sure how to calculate volume, like Sandra said, do a quick Google search. Just keep with it. We'll give hints in a little bit, but we want you to try to see if you can get it first.
Miss Cabral, for your students, they shouldn't need to log in. They should be able to do the puzzle just with the link that's been posted. I'm seeing a lot of people doing volume as length times width times height. Now that's a great formula for volume, but maybe for another shape. So you want to make sure you're finding volume for the right shape. Length times width times height is the volume for something a little bit more boxy. Oh, I see some people getting the right answer now. So far for puzzle 1, 2, and 3, the answers are numbers. So you don't need to type in any letters or words. So those still stuck on puzzle 3 again.
I wonder, Sandra, are we able to tell them that if they Google it, it might really help them?
Yeah, they need to Google what is the volume of a pyramid.
Nice.
Okay, because this is a shape. This is the shape of a pyramid. And the bottom of this pyramid is a square. So that's another hint, because some people are asking where the width was.
Amazing. Eliza, in Miss Panicos's class, we did it. So it sounds like they got them all, which is great. You can go back and go through the learn mores in each of the puzzles. Great job, you guys. Mylin, I see your question. You're saying you can't get into puzzle 2. Microsoft can't open this link. Maybe try refreshing again. Might mean you'll have to put in the password one more time, but maybe just try to refresh. It sounds like maybe the internet gremlins are getting you.
Mei-Ling, you don't need to click puzzle 2. Again, if you just go to the side, remember the puzzles are just on the left. So there's a yellow, green, red. You don't have to click the part that says puzzle if it doesn't work, okay? Just click on the tabs on the left. So that should help you get to the puzzles, and then you can enter the password. And Mrs. Panico's class is that great work. Grade 5.
I want to give a special shout out to Mrs. Sitt's class. It sounds like you guys are getting a little bit frustrated, right? These escape rooms sometimes are super hard. So Mrs. Sitt's class, let's go back. If you're stuck on puzzle 1, you're just counting those stones. That's going to open up puzzle 2. But Mrs. Sitt's class, if you have specific questions, go ahead and post those for us. We'd be happy to help you guys out. You can do it.
So those who are on puzzle 4, you have to enter a really long number for this one, but you can't see it. Oops. And once you're in to the puzzle 4, this one, I'm just going to give a hint because some people are in puzzle 4 now. Some are done, but for those who are in puzzle 4, the question says, in which Canadian city will it be 9 o'clock a.m.? So my guess is you're not going to type in a number there. And I'll just zoom in here. So that for those who can't zoom in, maybe you can see it a little bit better.
I love that. Daya posted in the chat the right answer. I see it there. Good job, Daya. Elika says it keeps running into problems after the first one. So Sandra, can you go back to puzzle 1? Elika, there is a link that says to take you to puzzle 2, but don't click on that link. Go back over to the left-hand side, click on puzzle 2 from that left-hand side, and maybe that's going to help you. So Elika, if you're looking at the screen now, see where Sandra's just clicking on the yellow folder puzzle 2, try that, see if that works for you. I wonder, some students have typed in the name of a city, but it's not working. Sandra, did you say there's no capitals when we type in the answers? So I wonder if that's it. No capital letters. See if you try it again, if that works.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people getting the right answer for, maybe hang on a little bit longer. Do I give the answer at the end, Michelle?
I think we can probably give the answers. Maybe, you know what, let's give them 5 more minutes to try to get as many as they can on their own, and then maybe Sandra will leak answer 1, then give them a couple more minutes, answer 2. Unless, do you want to give them the answer to number 1? Thinking that they all probably got number 1, should we give them that answer now?
Yeah, let me walk through how I got it, because I think a lot of people already know. It'd be interesting to know how other people did it. So I know everybody has different ways of doing it. When I did it, I liked counting by 2s, and I used this point, and this was my 1, and I knew I had to count all these red rectangles around in a circle. So I thought counting in 2s might help. So I just went 2, and I used my cursor, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and I went slow. 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and I knew I had to end back at the end, so I had 2 more, 29, 30. So if I go to puzzle 2 and I click here, I just type in 3, 0. Okay. And it opens up my puzzle 2. So answer to puzzle 2 coming up in a few minutes.
Awesome.
I'd really like it if you guys get it. For those who are at the finish line and you have a whole bunch of letters, good job. Now you have to figure out and unscramble those letters to make a word. And that will get you to the finish line.
And I know we have a number of teachers asking, how do I get into the teachers tab? Perhaps what we'll do is we'll have that sent out in the email follow-up for you, just because we're not sure how many of you are actually teachers that are asking for it. But we'll send that in the email follow-up, and those teachers that are joining us later today, We'll also have that password for you later today if you are joining the workshop this afternoon. If you're not sure about that workshop this afternoon, jump back to our website and get yourself registered, and you'll be able to join us and learn more about how to create these.
Okay, I'm going to move to puzzle 2. Yay, I love seeing somebody saying our class wins. Hooray. Okay, so an estimate means you don't have to get the exact number. So a good estimate, since these guys in the front, these tuna fish in the front, are so close, I can count them really easily. So how many tuna fish do I have in the front? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 tuna fish. Now I know that multiplication means I can do multiples. And I know they're not exactly 8 fish in every row, but it's close enough. So I'm just going to do a close estimate by counting how many rows there are. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's about 9 rows, and there's about 8 fish in each row. Some rows might have more, some might have less. If I have 8 fish in 9 rows, what does that give me? Oh, this one's already open because I opened it, so I can see. But the answer, if you type it, because I already unlocked it, so 8 times 9 should give you, you can use your calculator, 8 times 9 should give you 72. And once you've got 72, that will open puzzle 3. Now puzzle 3, you want to type into Google, volume of a pyramid. So I'm going to give you a hint for that. I'm still not going to give you the answer yet. Volume of a pyramid. So let's type that in. Do you see my screen's typing in volume of a pyramid right now?
We don't, Sandra. We see your OneDrive or your Office. There we go. Now we see it. Ooh. Well, all you did was you just Googled volume of a pyramid?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's exactly what I did. And how fun. You can even enter values and get your answer. So you need length times width times height divided by 3. Because a pyramid isn't a cube. Parts of it are missing. So you only get 1/3 of a cube. So coming back to my pyramid, remember the base is square. What's the answer going to be? Oh, it's a big number, so I'm going to let you try to figure that part out. For those who are typing the answer, remember for puzzle 3, remember the city, you don't need to put capitals and no spaces, just lowercase. Good job. I'm glad some people completed the entire puzzle by themselves.
Yay, Mackenzie. Thanks so much for posting in the chat that you love how these math problems make you think, right? Like, hurts your brain to try to get the right answer, but good on you, Mackenzie.
I'm seeing more people finishing. Good job.
Yes, it looks like so. Mirab got the 4th puzzle. Benjamin, you're done. Julia finished. Woohoo! Jordan, you're getting there for sure. Keshaf, looking for some help with puzzle 5. We'll get there. Who else do we have? Oh, Rebecca in Mrs. Bianchi's class is done. Great job. Madame Leon 5-6 class. Please, please, please shout out. Yes, Madame Leon's 5-6 class. Hello. All right, Sandra, do we want to give another hint?
Okay, so so for volume of a pyramid, let's go back here. Remember, 230 meters is the base. So I'm just going to use Google since it's already here. I'm going to type in 230, and because it's a square, so the length I love how Google does this. Length is 230, width is 230. And what is the height? Do you guys remember? Let's go back. 147 meters. I'm going to put 147 meters. So here's what it did. It did 230 times 230 times 147 divided by 3. So you can even type that into a calculator. But this did it in an interesting way. Has it times 10 to the power 6. You don't need to do that. But if you type it into a calculator, 230 times 230 times 147 divided by 3, then you'll get an answer. Okay, 230 times 230 times 147 divided by 3. Okay, the answer is right there. I'm just going to leave it up. Do it in a calculator.
Awesome. And Sandra, we have a bunch of students done, but we do have Elika still stuck with number 1. So Elika, you put in 30 as your password for puzzle 2, and hopefully that should open it. Give it another try because it sounds like you've got the right answer. It's just not working, but maybe refresh. Mr. Champagne's class are all done. Brianna's done. Noah in Miss Hatcher's class is all done. Tristan's done. Sania in grade 3, great job, is done. Great job, you guys.
Okay, so should I move on? We're almost done class, right?
Yeah, we only have 7 more minutes, so for sure, let's jump into the answer for puzzle 4. If you don't know the answer to puzzle 4, here it comes.
Okay, so once I typed in, I think it was 2,592,100 or something. 2,592,100, I think was the answer. Then I get into puzzle 4. And so puzzle 4, this I have to use all the time because I'm in Beijing and I always have to figure out people's time zones. But if I like just using this picture to help me. So I have to find out where Greenwich is. Greenwich is where 0 is. Do you see that? 0's right here. The prime meridian's at 0. So if it's 3 p.m. right here, and I need to go backwards to figure out 9 a.m. So I'm going to go 3 p.m. I'm going to count backwards. So 3 p.m. is 2 p.m., 1 p.m., 12 p.m. noon, 11 a.m., 10 a.m., 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is in this orange part. So there are 2 cities in Canada here that are listed. One is Repulse Bay and one is Winnipeg. So you can type in either one of those, but make sure you don't put in a capital and make sure you don't put in a space. See which one's the right one.
Excellent. And while we're waiting on that, Miss Lefebvre's class, you guys are doing awesome, says Miss Lefebvre. So congratulations to you. Madame Knott's class, or Notte, you are having a blast, which is great. Zuyan, you are done. Awesome. Cynthia is done. Woohoo! Madame Johnson's grade 6. Shout out to you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Justin in Miss B's class, done and found the 5th question really hard. So glad you got it though. And Elika, it looks like you're still struggling with this. You know what? Hopefully you can get that to work and you can come back and watch this video again. But yeah, that's tough when sometimes your computer just doesn't want to behave, isn't it? But thanks for trying to fight with it. All right, Sandra, we only have 4 minutes left. Do we want to jump on over to that next puzzle?
Okay, so puzzle 5, the answer was Winnipeg. My computer's slow too, so I feel for you. So if I type in to puzzle 5, the answer is going to be Winnipeg. And then you're going to be in where I am, in Beijing. And you're going to visit the Forbidden City, which is one of the main attractions here in Beijing. It's a palace. And when you go to the palace, I put in a form that you fill out all these questions. I'm a little bit stuck. I might need to refresh as well. I'm going to see if this works. And then there's just a bunch of questions in there. And you have to fill in all of those different questions and answers. They're multiple choice. Sorry, let me see if I can get in it. So puzzle 5. Okay, so let's type in Winnipeg. And I should be putting in. So now we're in Forbidden Palace, and you get to learn more about it. But this is not where the question is. You have to go into Forbidden City Math. So I'm going to go to Forbidden City Math. And while it loads, you can see that there's a Microsoft form. And you just need to answer the question. So it tells you how many years did it take. Then you have to do some subtraction here. It was the Imperial Palace of China from this time to this time. How many years is that? So figure out. You might need to do some subtraction again. And the Forbidden City is open for visitors from this time to this time. How many hours is it open? So you have to click how many hours. And then you have to do some perimeter. So this is Forbidden City. If you look back, it's a rectangle. So if you do, this is the rectangle. So if you want the perimeter, it's adding all these numbers on the side, and that will give you the answer. Oops. And then oops, it's not posting here. Let me try that again. I'll put the link here because it just opened. And then when you answer the question, if you get it wrong, that's okay, because then it will say which ones are right, which ones are wrong. So let's say, for example, I'm just going to click it through, and then I'm going to put a bunch of answers. And if you get some right and some wrong, it will tell you which ones are right, which ones are wrong. And when you submit it, you can say view results. When you view the results, it'll say, oh, that's wrong. So I might have to submit it again. It might say, oh, that's right, and it'll give me a letter. Okay, so once you have all the letters, that's when you go back to the OneNote and you have to unscramble those letters to get to the finish line. Okay, and there are 5 letters and they're in different orders, and when I type that in, that will get you to the finish line and to the You Did It page. Okay, and if you want to download this badge, all you need to do is go here on this link that says download your badge, and then click on this link, and it'll open up a page for you to just download the badge to say, yes, I did it. Okay, see there's a download button, and you can just download that. And there's your badge. If you get it right, you're off to math places.
Amazing, Sandra. This is so great. And we are a minute over time, but I think hopefully students, it sounds like a lot of you enjoyed this today. One fun, cool thing about Teams Live, if you missed any of that, you can go ahead and just rewind. So if your teacher gave you the direct link, students, you go ahead and just rewind, or maybe you can ask your teacher to rewind and go back and get those solutions that Sandra gave us. A few shout outs before we go. Callie, shout out to Mr. England's class. Thank you guys so much for being here. Sabrina, you guys in Miss Sparks class, you guys finished this like way early, but great job to you guys. Miss B's class is done. Miss Boehm's grade 4-5 class at St. Rose, all done, and your passports are ready. Great job. Carter, Miss Beamer's class is done, and Mrs. Sitt's class, you guys did it. Even though you were frustrated, you got it done. Sabrina, Mrs. Sparks class, you guys have been to a lot of our activities, so thank you for that. And Jackson, you said it 3 times and we didn't see it, but I'm glad we saw it there. Shout out to you, Jackson, and to all of you that were here with us today. If we didn't get a chance to shout out your name, we're sorry. There are so many of you here, but thank you so much, Sandra. And Coulter's been in the background answering all of the Q&A questions, so thank you to Coulter as well. But Sandra, I'm going to put you back on the screen just for one final last question that came in that I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer, but someone asked, why is it called the Forbidden City? So just a little bit of history on Beijing before we let you go. Any background info on the Forbidden City? Oh, and Sandra's muted. That means she owes us all a quarter.
Because that's where the emperor used to live. And so unless you were royal family, you were not allowed to enter the palace. You were not allowed to enter the city. Only those who worked there or who were part of the royal family could go in there. It was forbidden. So that's why.
Wow, well, I'm so glad that question was asked. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. You guys have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day. We hope to see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.